Distillation of flammable solvents. I suppose I should back up a little bit. For years now, I have wanted to find a way to use a solvent to dissolve something, clean a paintbrush, and then take the result, which has paint mixed with it, and distill it. Well, I feel like I'm finally in a position now where I can do these types of reckless experiments, and I have a solar panel system. Pretty soon I'll be able to link it up to where I can do this all with solar power. And I went online looking up distillation apparatus, and I almost bought one from Beaver, and then I was like, no. They send me stuff for free. So I asked them, can you send this for free? And they're like, yes, $60 saved. So thank you very much, Beaver, for sending what I was going to buy. And I've already used this in another video. I was breaking in an air compressor, and I decided to try to filter some of the oil. It didn't really work out, but it got a lot of the metal out. And I already used some of these. Unfortunately, since it's so cold and my only sink is outside, I couldn't really clean these really well. But who cares? It's just for paint brushes. So recently, my little pride and joy, I found this actual paint thinner, mineral spirits, in the basement of a building. I had just been using acetone for the longest time, and mostly because I used it for other things like melting plastic. But you know what? Damn, mineral spirits work really well. But you need to use a lot of it in order to clean a brush. Like, I have to use this just to clean an entire brush, and I feel kind of wasteful with that. If I can get that much back after this, that would be great. So I had hoped to run this in parallel with the Beaver water chiller that I had them send me for lab experiments, but we don't really need to have chilled water right now. I just put some snow in a bucket and that'll be good. But thank you very much, Beaver, for sending that as well, because I took the water pump off of the water chiller, so we can use that. Ooh, I am excited. So we have a fairly cheap little stand. You know, it's funny, I was so spoiled when I was homeschooled. We had really nice little distilling clamps and stuff like that, but we never actually had like a distilling cylinder or whatever these are called. I had no idea this came with a hot plate. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have these. We have this. Okay, I better not break it. That'll be sad. We have this. It's a very tall apparatus. I wonder if, I really hope the weather isn't too windy for it. Okay, we have a few stoppers and bits and bobs. And then we also have a glass thermometer. Look at that. Pretty cool. Okie dokie. Well, let's see what we can get away with putting together. I was wondering what these were, because I didn't recognize these as a piece of lab glassware. Whatever. Oh, it's so close. Okay, can I cheese this something? Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's make sure that's all the way off. Okay, cool. Look at that! It's going! There's ice! I should probably go the other way, huh? Well, I guess I should pump it bottom up. That way it pushes the air. Don't know. Oh well. Okay, I guess this will just live on the table. Distillation. Yeah, I probably won't use that one, but oh well. Okay, are we going? We are going. You know what? I'll grab the little funnel. Since I was washing the other stuff, I washed this too. This actually cleaned up pretty nice. So we have mineral spirits, And I see this actually separated out a little bit, so that might be a process in and of itself. Look at that. That actually, a lot of it did filter out. Well, shoot. Maybe I don't have to worry about this too much. Maybe I just let the bottle sit. Well, shoot. I guess that's a little bit short, huh? That's kind of what you get with this stuff. Now this is for essential oils, not so much for this. So, and this mineral spirits apparently has a much higher boiling point than water. So this might be a little bit much. I'm going to set this on here too, just to help warm it up. Now let's see. Is it hot? Okay, yeah, that's pretty hot. Boiling it off in that one. There we go. I'm a little bit worried about some of the, it looks like white pigment up on the top, so I do wonder if some of the pigment's actually being boiled as well. You know, I think my temperature was way too low because, not on the hot plate, but it's so cold out here. It's freezing, and putting snow in the water, I probably didn't even need the water to begin with, but oh well. There seems to be like a line of moisture forming here, and it's pushing up a little bit. Wow, it is pushing up. So it's like there's a vapor right here. I wonder if it's going to go into that tube. We have a really extreme temperature gradient out here because this boils at like, I think 160 degrees Celsius, 130, something like that. I can't remember for sure. Oh, it's to it now. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. I'm so glad I finally get to do this simple science. Look at that. That is amazing. I think I did that wrong. Oh, look at that. It's happening. It's finally happening. Oh, yes. And I have this on maximum temperature. It's interesting that this plug, the surface around it, the ground glass, has completely filled up with mineral spirits. Almost making a seal. I saw it wick around. We're only at 37% power though. Oh well. Hopefully we're mostly there. And those mineral spirits look nice too. I need to go get a media bottle so I can put it in there. Oh wow. The water pump is working nicely. Oh, I am freezing. In the future, I'll probably make a custom piece of metal that actually kind of nestles around it and maybe has some insulation on the inside, just to stop the airflow. It's really nice. You can just see the heat rippling off of that. It's so much heat. At least I can see it whenever I'm low. You can see so much heat just billowing out of this. We are wasting a lot of heat just heating the winter air. So it's understandable. So there we have it. We have distillation of flammable solvents. And we're definitely wasting a lot of energy with it being so cold out. It is really cold. And this requires a very high heat to distill. But this was the hardest one. Well, not the hardest one, but the hardest one I'm ever going to probably attempt. I've never seen that rippling. That's so beautiful. This is the chemistry I always wished I could do. Now the output's a little bit milky, so there might be some solvent from the paint actually. Thankfully I don't need it to be super perfect. I suppose it's starting to rain a little bit. Well, that works out for the best because we're down to 16%. So, alright, I didn't turn on my microphone. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's too cold out here. I'm so excited for this. This is so cool. I think we're running out of energy, or it's getting too cold because it's starting to drip here and not reach down there. It's not dripping quite as fast as previously, so. Well, my iPhone actually is freezing. The battery dropped from 40% down to 10% and it shut off. So I'm gonna turn this off at 11%. Actually, no, I'll turn it off at 10%. I'll go charge my phone. But then we're gonna let it cool down and see what we got. Okay, I charged the battery a little bit, although I think honestly just sticking it inside helped most. It's been off for about 5 minutes now, and it's still bubbling quite a bit. I think a lot of that is, I bet this protected it quite a bit. Let's see, does it? Okay, it's not hot enough to melt it. That thing sitting on that was hot enough to melt the table, so that's a bit excessive. I still have the water flowing. Not that I really need to. I'm definitely gonna wait for this to stop bubbling. Everything's gonna go back into that box because it's such a good organization method already. And I'll wash that out, get my degreaser out here. I'll probably have to get a sink, actually. And I'll do that once I get into the new building. I'll probably make like a wash basin so I can actually have some water. And maybe I can even find a hot water heater to make hot water. I find it interesting how this has turned yellow. Obviously we burned the paint. I'm glad I stopped when I did, because I went inside to do some 3D printing in the other building, and I came back out after 30 minutes, and the wind is just too much outside. I wonder, I have a headache. It feels like a storm is coming. I'm just going to put these back in here. Interesting. So we have some thick stuff. I wonder if that's from, I don't know. Okay, so we distilled a fair amount. This is the various things found in paint, I suppose. And then we have this. You know, I said that it's not clear, but I actually don't know. Is mineral spirits clear? It might not be. It is like a gasoline. It's so cold in here, though, that you can't really smell it. Well, I don't think I have a way to put this back into here. I don't have a funnel tiny enough, but oh well. I really don't have a funnel that goes tiny enough, so let's see. Since I have no way to stop this up other than just tape, and I don't know if tape can handle up, can hold up to that. Let's just see. Well, let's just say 85 milliliters of mineral spirits that I have saved. And so now, once I get this refined, hopefully I can clean my brushes better, so I don't have to buy brushes. Well, to be honest, it's so that I don't have to keep my brushes forever soaking in acetone. This is how I normally store my brushes, and it's weird, but it works. It doesn't work great though, because I don't want to have a brush for every single color. I want to be able to have my brushes be dry. Well, thank you very much, viewer, for sending me this. I lucked out in getting a pretty useful tool, and yeah, if this can work for this, it can definitely work for your essential oils or whatever the viewer is going to be using it for. Thank you very much for watching, or I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. Oh, now to go outside and walk home in this cold wind.